Hi everyone, and welcome to Syniega TV. Just with me, Rich Gibbons, on this one. This is the Microsoft update for July 2024. Those of you that already know me will know I love a bit of Microsoft licensing, Microsoft news, and what I would like to do is try and share some of that with all of you to help you keep up to date. So, July 2024, start of the new financial year. So it isn't a huge news month, to be honest, but more than we've seen in previous months, starts financial years. So one which is from mid-June, but it is definitely worth noting, Copilot for Microsoft 365 expanded again. So the base licenses that you can purchase and then add Copilot on top of, they've added even more to that list. So as well as Microsoft 365 licenses, Office 365, and that's including the F SKUs as well. You can also add Copilot to standalone licenses now. Things like Exchange, SharePoint, Project Online, Visio Online. So if you've got those licenses, you can now buy Copilot. My initial question is, if you haven't got Office, if you've only got Project or Visio or something, then Copilot for Microsoft 365, as it stands, not particularly useful. So there's clearly something on the horizon, I would think, that will maybe there'll be an expansion of Copilot's features, for example. But that's one to know. If you're looking at buying Copilot, you can now add it onto a huge variety of Microsoft licenses. Another piece of news as well, they have redefined external users. So there are various products. Most of you will probably have come across this, trying to do something like Windows Server. It's usually the one where you have obviously your internal users, but then there are also external users, contractors, third parties, and it's how do you define who is or isn't an external user. The definition has been the same for a long time. Microsoft have always said external user refers to users that are not employees, on-site contractors, or on-site agents of the customer or its affiliates. Microsoft have tweaked this slightly to, they've said, to better reflect sort of modern society and the way of working. And they've added in slight caveat around contractors or agents that work more than 30 hours per week on average, or that work on site every working day. So those of you with a large number of external users, or scenarios where you've had to count people as internal users, but you thought maybe they wouldn't be, take a look at this, get in touch with us, and this may mean that you can redefine the boundaries of your internal external users slightly. So quite an interesting one, that one. And then the product terms for July. So Microsoft make some changes every month, and as I said, this month more than you might have expected. They've not made any huge changes. It's more a bit of tidying up, adding a few things. So there are new security products being added. Entra Suite, Secure Access Essentials, all been added into the Microsoft 365 availability tables. New product for Dynamics. So Dynamics 365 Contact Center has now been added into the product terms. Pricing is available for a few different flavors of that one. Interestingly as well, those of you that have been on my training courses, or to be honest, been anywhere near me in the last 12 months, have heard me talk about Microsoft adding more and more licenses where it's about additional capacity, so that you're paying for incremental increases. They've now set the minimum purchase requirements for the tiers of additional database capacity into the product terms, so you can see what they look like. And then finally, for Windows 365, they've added a new add-on license, which is the Windows 365 cross-region disaster recovery license. So that clearly aimed at large-scale multi-geo Windows 365 using organizations. So if that is you, it's something to pay attention to. But as with all Microsoft changes, it's worth looking at how do they affect you now, but also thinking about, what's the next step, and the next step after that, where might this show Microsoft's future direction? And that is something that I will surely be talking about more in the not too distant future. So that is the Microsoft update for July. Thank you very much.